Wheeler didn't acknowledge this because he was so captivated by the military success of the Romans. This is typical of the short-sighted view we British have of our own prehistory. Look at our buildings, our heroes, the way we work ourselves into the ground, the dark history of our imperialism, and we look like the sons and daughters of Rome. But we are not. Being invaded by the Romans had a terrible effect, not just on how we view our own history, but on how we developed as a nation. We've come to believe the Roman colonization of this country was a civilizing act, when in fact it was a brutal suppression. It's hardly surprising that we did the same thing to countries in Africa and Asia 2,000 years later. It's time to let go of our Roman inheritance and embrace our real heritage. At Maiden Castle, the only sign that the Romans were ever here is a rather insignificant temple, which barely scratches the surface of this great monument. Our true ancestors are the people who built these vast, imposing hill forts on land which had been sacred for thousands of years. The tombs and standing stones of Orkney, the circles of Stonehenge and Avebury, and the hundreds of monuments which lie across our hills and fields today are all part of a belief system which lies at the heart of our ancient heritage. These people were not afraid to die protecting their land, because their bond with it was deep-rooted and strong. They believed that their souls would continue to own and nourish it long after their bodies had gone. Of course, the Romans tried to take all this away and replace it with their own civilization. But it depends what you mean by civilization. To me, it's just a word, dare I say it, rather like democracy today, which can be used as an excuse to impose foreign ideals on another country. Tacitus understood the situation well. Writing shortly after the conquest of Roman Britain, he penned some lines which still bring a lump to my throat. And so the population was gradually led into the demoralizing temptations of arcades, baths, and sumptuous banquets. The unsuspecting Britons spoke of such novelties as civilization, when in fact they were a feature of their enslavement.